It's Week 5 of the National Football League, and it's brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Blues and the Armadillos, and it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League takes us to the state of New Mexico and the high desert city of Albuquerque. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the Blues of Memphis taking on the Armadillos of Albuquerque. Hello again, everybody. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis with you. And, Charles, let's do some breaking down of this Albuquerque club as they enter play. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
Meanwhile, for our visiting Memphis ball club, they were winners The first quarter of the season already in the rearview mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. This taken in at the goal line. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they'll be led out by their 8th-year quarterback.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
Off the play fake, here's Cutler. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
It may be cliche, but it is something that holds up over time, doesn't it? If you're the visitors, you don't want to let the crowd in the game early.
Yeah, and that's exactly what they did there. But you said also this defense, they're going to give them a lot of looks like we just saw there, aren't they?
They certainly are. They're a proud unit, and they're going to ride the momentum of this crowd with them, and that's why they get after them early.
Here's Cutler to throw. Throwing the slant pattern here complete. A big gain there after going backwards, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on the 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Now here's a throw that's complete, and he goes out right around the 39. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down. Juke there.
Not much fun for a guy trying to tackle it.
And that's just a solid, good physical run there as he motors for 9 yards. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 15 carries, 51 yards, and a touchdown.
Not a horrendous week last week running the ball, but definitely room for improvement for their numbers. No doubt they made some slight adjustments to how they're going to call plays this week in hopes they can kick those numbers up a notch.
And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. They'll keep it on the ground. Done. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. A quick throw complete into the flat out left. So just 3 yards on the completion there. 3rd and 7 now. Here's Cutler. And this is going to be incomplete.
Yeah, it's still early in the game. No sense taking a chance on 3rd down and forcing one into traffic. So I like the wise play he made there. Get it to the sideline out of bounds, or no one's going to have a chance at it.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. So out comes the offense now with a long field ahead of them. And here's a look at their leader, standing 6'4".
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his performance. I thought he played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
Now a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Ellsworth. He'll get that one to Taylor, complete. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. They need 2. Here's 3rd down. Off the bootleg. Ellsworth able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Well, they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all. Part of check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the 1st down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
How about this? They'll try the option. Left side. And he is going to lose yardage here. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here. 3rd and 5.
A loss of 1. It's now 3rd and 5.
Looking to throw. Ellsworth. He's got his target. That's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
And Brandon, from our time in college football, where receivers weren't running the traditional NFL route tree, one thing they did learn, find open areas, find soft spots, and set up and catch the ball. And I think we just saw that there.
Yeah, we saw that indeed, picking up the 1st. A running play here on 1st down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage.
Part of their struggles last week was getting these negative plays on 1st and 2nd down. That's something they have to be wary of as this game continues.
Off the play fake. Ellsworth. This one complete to his fullback out of the backfield. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. A big play on the catch and run, covering 34 yards.
Well, not many teams use the fullback in the passing game. Heck, not many teams use a fullback anymore in the NFL. And even with those that do, you don't typically see a lot of big plays when the ball is thrown to him. In this case, it exceeded expectations.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Can't get away, and he's taken down. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on 1st down to set him back on 2nd.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Back to throw. Ellsworth. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Looking to throw. Ellsworth. He throws it on the move, but can't connect as that falls incomplete.
The defender certainly didn't forget about him leaking out of the backfield. There's a guy ready and waiting to pick him up in coverage, and that throw had no shot.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And a little too much mustard on that one. It hits a couple yards into the end zone. A missed opportunity there maybe to pin them back. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
2nd and 10 now. It's Cutler. That's taken in by Callaway. And he's brought down at the 24 after a gain of 4. Here's 3rd and 6. Throwing here, Cutler. Pressure comes and down he goes. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
A good scheme and an early win for this pass rush. They got back there before he could work through his entire progression and ended that play early.
And on now is the punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. That's pulled in at the 32. The danger of a punt that good, a 16-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. They begin with a run by Miller. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. This defense, Charles, really played well in that win a week ago.
Yeah, they gave up 17 points, but that's what you would consider a goal for each and every defense, because if you give up 17 points a game all year long, you're thinking you're going to be a playoff team because you expect your offense to score more than that. That's what you're looking for. Room to improve, of course, but I'd have to say a very solid performance.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now it's Miller running right. And able to get this to the 31. He'll get 4 yards on the carry there, and we will get to the end of the 1st quarter of play. We're scoreless after 1. 2nd quarter down, it's our home team with possession as they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. He's into space past the 25, and he'll finally be taken down at the 18. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
Back to throw. Ellsworth. Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the 2nd half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. And, partner, I know so far, we're still in the 1st half, but you love this game as a defensive guy. 0-0. We'll see if the offense can get going on this drive.
Well, you know how they talk about music to your ears? How about what it does for your eyes when you watch something like this, right? Where these teams are locked in and going at it. No points going up on the scoreboard. I'm loving it. You're exactly right.
Well, switch over, though, to an offensive mindset for a moment. What do they need to do here to get on track and get some points?
Well, I think a couple of ways. Number one, you pull out something maybe they haven't seen before. Coaches always talk about unscouted looks. Maybe you give them something that they haven't seen on tape, and now you shock them that way. The second, run your basic playbook, but run it so well that you give your skill position guys a chance to make big plays individually.
2nd and 10. It's Cutler again. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Going up top. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down. They bring their punter out there now as he's on to kick it away. He's been a busy man here in this 1st half as he gets it away. Fielded just inside the 20. That'll wind up being a 50-yard punt, though they do get 10 back on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Albuquerque offense out to take over now. We've seen both of these offenses still sort of in that figuring things out phase, but I suspect some action on the scoreboard soon as they start out here 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground.
offense.
So they cite the right guard this time with a holding penalty.
And so many different assignments you could have at that position, and sometimes you might just be a step too late and have to grab and hold on.
And a nice run past the 30-yard line there.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
Looking to throw on second down. Ellsworth. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. They'll wind up getting just a yard. 3rd and 7 now.
Number 14. A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 7.
Operating from the gun. Ellsworth. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Not many boos just yet from this home crowd, but they may be starting soon as I'm starting to detect an uneasy murmur through this crowd. This offense, they've been lifeless in this first half. And now here's another punting situation and a 4th down.
And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. A 41-yard punt there with no return.
At their own 23-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Cutler. And his throw here is incomplete.
I would say it'd probably be a good idea for him to reintroduce himself to his receivers at the half because they're definitely on different wavelengths. But I also don't advocate waiting that long. Next series, before you get out there. Hey, let's get together, guys. Let's get this thing moving.
He's got a man. Complete. Touchdown. A big play there. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Blues post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. After a fairly uneventful first quarter, that last play, that'll make a few highlight clips.
It certainly will, and you're exactly right. The first quarter almost felt like a feeling out process, didn't it? Both teams, okay, what are we going to do? Looks like they ramped things up just a little bit to start the 2nd quarter.
Extra point right down the middle, and it's now a 7-0 game. The long touchdown pass gets them 6 on a very, very tidy 2-play drive that time. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And no thought to bring this one out. He'll just go down to a knee, and he'll take over at the 25. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And for him, it's been pretty limited involvement down on the scoreboard. Maybe time to turn to this guy.
And you know me well. Winning games to me means starting with the running game and continuing to press the running game. Maybe you go away from him a little bit now, but bottom line is he hasn't touched it enough to make a difference.
They haven't established that running game yet. The question is, will they? On 2nd down, here's Miller. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play, backwards a yard. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. And he's got it. Got his man on the end round. Complete. And they're going to get him down well short of the first as he can only get this to the 30. And they'll send out their punter now as he'll come on to kick this one away. That's taken on the 25. It's a 43-yard punt, a return of 5. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. Things progressing to plan so far. Their defense has been solid, and they've got themselves a 7-0 lead after the touchdown the last time they had the ball.
And this is no time to even think about, hey, are we going to milk the clock? Hey, are we just going to do ball control? This is the NFL. 7-0 leads, they don't last very long unless you continue to push the envelope on offense.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5.
Brings up 2nd and 5.
Up the middle they go. It's done, and he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. Finding room at midfield. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. They pick up 12 on the play, and the chains move.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now Cutler. He finds his man, complete. That's done. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because...
And he's going to be taken down. Cutler sacked. A well-designed corner blitz that gets him for a loss of 8 yards.
He found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you get a chance to come back to him when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
There's still time for him here as we sit in the 2nd quarter.
From the 33, here's a 2nd and 7.
At the 33-yard line.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. And they'll come up 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun, Ellsworth firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
First down now, but that clock rolling. They'll look to throw again. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. To throw again. Ellsworth, nowhere to go here. He lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. And a defensive-minded coach loves to turn up the heat, turns it up there, it pays off.
And back in the good old days, those defensive-minded coaches just talked about intimidating teams, using force, right, beating them to the punch. In this case, they're talking about creating turnovers. That's all they preach, all game long, all practice long, every meeting. Get the football. That's what they want.
Following the fumble recovery, it's Cutler. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Now it's Cutler.
He'll complete this one to Swan.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half. On 3rd and 1, it's Cutler.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have a first down here as they're also into field goal range at the 28.
Now a timeout called for by the offense. as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. To throw again is Cutler. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is, because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a lot.
And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far, because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Now throwing on third down there, but he cannot connect.
That's going to hurt a bit, because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing fourth down.
Kick is good, and that will extend their lead even further.
So able to add on to their first half lead here, Charles, forcing the miscue with a fumble and then turning that into 3 points.
Yeah, and more than happy to accept any mistakes the other side is willing to make. No problem. You turn it over, we'll take that, and we'll use it to expand our lead.
So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thank you very much. More from you, too, in just a bit. But first, let's get everybody caught up with what's going on around the NFL here in Week 5. We'll get started by making the long, and I mean long, trek up north to Anchorage, Alaska. And an 11-point game there as they come upon halftime. The Huskies trying to hold on and claim victory. Next, we head out to check out another game. And as you see, they were winners earlier this afternoon. The Sentinels get back above 500 as they move to 3-2 with the victory. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. As you can see the score there in the second quarter. The Elks still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it. We were certainly treated to an entertaining first half. Both these teams with some high points and maybe a couple of low points as well. So it's going to be a question of who can be the most disciplined team going forward.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always to you and the gang in Orlando as we welcome everyone back in for quarter number 3.
10-0 is our score as we get started again on EA Sports.
And no run back here as the third quarter will commence with a touchback. This offense ready to go to begin this third quarter. And they're on the short end of the scoreboard here. Charles, what adjustments, if any, do you think they need to make for the second half?
Well, paraphrasing the gold medal hockey winning coach Herb Brooks, I just say you continue to play your game. Throw the ball. They had success doing it in the first half, so make sure you keep getting the ball to your playmakers, a little bit more to the perimeter perhaps, but above all, play your game.
He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down. They'll try the left side. Gilmore
to the 43, second down.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
They keep it on the ground. This time it's Miller. And he'll get it out to midfield. They'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 7 yards there and a first down. Again, it's Miller. And boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
2nd and 10.
Second and 10 at the 50-yard line.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. 5 yards, now it's 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Looking to throw. Ellsworth. That is caught. And he's got this down to the 35.
They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
They brought in the heavy set on third down, and that usually means running play. But we have seen them throw out of that formation. And sure enough, they snuck the tight end out on that one. Wound up hitting him for a first down.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. They go back to the ground now with Miller. This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
Holding offense.
So that flag obviously takes away the good yardage that they had on the play.
And talk about a momentum shift, because we can visibly see this celebration shifting from one side of the field to the other as soon as everyone saw the flag.
Yeah, he did not want to go down there as he carries tacklers for a solid gain of 9. To throw on 2nd down, Ellsworth. Firing quickly here, and that's complete.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. That good for 6 as they keep this drive right on rolling. Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call.
False start, offense.
Oh, moving from his tight end spot there.
Do you think that perhaps the play call was for him?
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Back to throw. Ellsworth. And his throw is incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Off play action. Ellsworth. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
And just when the offense seemed to be figuring things out, they have a little bit of a setback there. Finally getting a drive going. They can't let that stop them, especially since they've been shut out this far in.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And they won't risk defending a return here. That one's out of bounds, and it'll be spotted at the 14-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Cutler will throw. Under pressure, and down he goes. Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
Well, partner, we know they came out of the locker room down on the scoreboard. That will guarantee you the defensive side of the ball got super emotional. They can come out and play with aggressiveness, with fury, because they don't have to be quite as precise, and it paid off for them on that play, didn't it?
Sure did. Excellent play, really setting the tone for this 3rd quarter. On 3rd down, Cutler. Throw left side complete. That's done. And brought down, but not before they're able to get it up to the 25. It's a 13-yard pickup as the downs reset.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, They almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now Cutler looking to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete. Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses, because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion force there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
Now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. So they bring out their punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. Fielded at the 20. A good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Albuquerque offense out to take over now. And our game's hit a little bit of a lull here, a little bit of a snag. Punts on back-to-back drives.
And old school coaches don't necessarily mind that. Didn't turn it over, right? Didn't create a big play for the other team. Right now what you're looking for is, can you gain an advantage in field position? And that's what both teams are seeking right now.
Yeah, they'll be seeking to gain that advantage here on this drive. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Looking to throw. Ellsworth.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It's taken to the 26. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments. 2nd and 9. Now Cutler. Now throw out wide, going to be incomplete.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
To throw, Cutler. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. Well, we saw plenty of that during his much-heralded college career. He parlayed that into becoming a first-round selection. And now here he is making interceptions in the National Football League.
And this is a guy that has all the physical tools, but the thing that sets him apart is what he's got between his ears. And that's the sixth sense for knowing where the football is going. Just an excellent play there to create the turnover.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception. That's into a crowd and intercepted. And his guys will take over at their own 44-yard line. Well, their defense got him the football with an interception. They trot out there, Charles, in the very first play. They give the football right back.
Brandon, I almost expect you to come in like an auctioneer. We've got two. Do I hear three? Remember, it was 2 in a row. Would we hit 3 in a row? Because these offenses, they got to be a little bit more careful as they go forward. These defenders, they're locked in and really focused.
Now after the interception, here's Cutler. Got a man, it's Swan complete. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and it's second down.
Number 88. It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 47-yard line.
Now a handoff up the middle. Done. Oh, nice move. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Cutler. He finds his man, complete. That's Klein. He's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6.
At the 34-yard line.
Here's Cutler. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Now it's Cutler. In trouble, and he's taken down. It's a loss of 10 on the sack, and it leads to 4th.
I don't know what else can be said about this pass rush. They have been sensational, CD. That is now 6 sacks for them.
And how many times do we talk to offensive coordinators and they say a sack is a result of everyone on offense not doing their job? But let's be honest about this one. This is the offensive line unable to counter the pass rush. They've been teeing off all game long.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback.
The Albuquerque offense out to take over now.
And you're still in this game. I mean, yeah, you haven't scored. Offense obviously has struggled, but you're only 2 scores down, so all hope not lost.
Not at all, because we were talking about the NFL, and teams can score fast in this league. Quick strikes, you're right back in it. You're exactly right. Keeping hope alive.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again, Ellsworth. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
They have to like what they've done defensively here at the outset of this drive. They forced a couple of incomplete passes, bring up a 3rd and 10. Don't be surprised to bring a little pressure on this snap.
Dumps it complete to Miller. And he's not going to sniff the 1st down here. He stopped at the 25. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
Here's Memphis to once again go on offense.
Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking 1st downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, 1st downs, they can't touch the ball.
Now 2nd and 3.
The 46-yard line.
Up the middle they go. It's done. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. Now Cutler on 1st down. He finds his man, complete. That's done. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Here's Cutler to throw. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear. And if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
They need 18 yards here on 3rd down.
Now Cutler. He finds his man, complete. That's done. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. And on now is the punter, as he's on here to punt it away. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line. On 1st down, Ellsworth. And he's got his man on the out route. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 3. Operating from the gun, Ellsworth. And that's going to be too high, out of bounds and incomplete.
Give it big credit for his coverage right there, because when he saw the route break deep, he stayed in position to prevent a completion while avoiding any risk of a flag.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ellsworth. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. He's got his running back out of the backfield. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on 4th down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? Again, he'll drop to throw. And he will find his man on the end route, complete. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Back to throw again. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
On 1st and 10, Ellsworth. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Now, before this 2nd down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. They're going to hurry back to the line now.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it
From the gun on 3rd down, Ellsworth. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Armadillos have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Point after, right down the middle. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. This taken in right around the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Here's Memphis to once again go on offense. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
55 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Coming up to the line, and they will need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. On second down, it's done. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line.
He's tackled at the 40-yard line.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they look to try and finish this one off.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on 1st down.
And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. They'll run on 1st down. Done. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Now a timeout called for by the defense on 2nd down now. It's done. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's done. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. The situation for them offensively as follows. Down 10-7, a little over a minute to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on 1st down. They'll look to throw. This is complete to Hawkins. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. And this is incomplete. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You're having to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
Back-to-back incompletions, but we know this is definitely 4-down territory. Time not on their side. I don't think they want to try and get the 1st down in 2 installments. I think they got to go and get it right here, right now.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Partner, they've got one chance left to keep this one going, and I think for you and me, let's think along with their offensive coordinator now. Has to think back, cycle through every play of this contest, and remember what's worked and what hasn't. Because right here, he needs the best play of the game in order to keep this one alive.
Now they go for it on 4th, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field.
Here's Memphis to once again go on offense.
And they've got this one in hand. No timeouts remaining defensively, so this one should just be one kneel and then handshakes.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I feel like I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair. Low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros. So this crowd will not go home happy. It's a victory for our visitors, and it was a bit of a strange game. They were held scoreless through the entire 2nd half, but their 1st half output, that's enough to carry them to victory.
And that's an odd game to watch, isn't it? Because when we saw the output in the 1st half, you think to yourself, okay, they've got something working here. They know what they're doing. They'll continue that along. But instead, it's goose eggs in the 2nd half. Fortunately, enough of a cushion and enough defense to carry them home.
So for Memphis, they move back over 500 at 3-2 now on the year. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Albuquerque, they drop below 500 to 2-3 with a loss. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.